Holy spinning blue balls, friends. I am looking for folks that want to come on and just have a chat on Zoom about why flat Earth is not flat and globe Earth is not a globe. Just let me know. Holy blue balls, blue spinning marbles, friends. What a crazy week it's been. I think I've seen more stupid straw man, false dichotomy arguments out on the interwebs than I have that I can recall. It's pretty funny, actually. It's pretty ridiculous. And I got to say that I noticed there's a lot of weird things going on. It's interesting, but hang in there, guys, because this ain't done. This isn't even close to done. So today I want to talk about reflexivity, and I want to actually just clear some things up here about a few things that I'm saying that I think are true, and it's okay if you don't agree with me. I don't really give a fuck at this point. I'm giving my observations, and I'm going to give the basis for them. First off, I want to say that I appreciated the opportunity to moderate the debate between a baby flat earther, Abel Rodriguez, who's just learning, and Craig with Fight the Flat Earth. It was hard to watch. I mean, unless your thing is just getting off on Masonic scientists being douchebags. But that's what it was. And it's funny because I actually got like some of the worst trolls that I've ever gotten from that show. It's actually really funny. I had a guy show up and tell me that, let's see here, give an example here. If you watch the video I did with Craig, we talked about this video, and I talked about in particular this one here in the left hand corner, lower left hand corner. And I said that this did not prove flat Earth. He didn't even listen to what I said. He just jumped all over the video and started telling me how this didn't prove flat Earth and how stupid I was. So congratulations, you're a reflective cocksucker and you're an idiot. He then said that this experiment I did was flawed. This isn't an experiment, it was a demonstration. So if you want to tell me it's an experiment, why don't you tell me what was I experimenting, please? Because that wasn't an experiment and you're stupid. It just ridiculous stuff. Ridiculous fucking stuff. Another thing is that I got someone trolling on one of my videos for saying that moonlight is cooling. First off, the observation is that in the moonlight, objects are cooler than they are in the shade. The explanation for that is radiative cooling. The question about it is because I think you can obviously make an observation that the moonlight and what we see as the moon are obviously connected. They're obviously part of each other. They're obviously the same. And the argument that I'm making, and the argument that a lot of us are making, and Intellectual Ketchup, Jake Jones brings this up a lot. He just posted a video about it, demonstrating the moon actually pulling energy up, that the moon itself is not a physical object. The moon itself is a focal point of the radiative cooling that's leaving the Earth at the end of the solar cycle, and that's where we see it focus to leave, period. And what you're seeing when you see the moon is you're actually kind of seeing what the Earth looks like. You're like actually seeing the realm that we live inside of. 100%, I do 100% not believe we live on the outside of a spinning space testicle. It's a lie. It's an absolute 100% inverse of the truth. And one of the things that these people like to tell you and they like to teach you is that, well, we used to believe the earth was flat, and now we believe that the earth is a globe because now we're smart and we used to be stupid. You're a liar. You're a liar. You're a fucking liar. We never believed the earth was flat. People used to believe the earth was a realm in which we lived inside of, and for good demonstrable reasons. Number one, the picture in the middle here. This is sonoluminescence. When sonic waves hit water, they create light. Light is not a source. Light is a reaction. Light is not an element. Light is a reaction. And within that light contains all of the information to create all matter. This is a dielectric circuit. Once you start getting into this, you start seeing how they dance around Gauss's law and a Gaussian surface and gravity. We live inside of a dielectric circuit. The source is sound, it's light, it's everything. It's everything, everything. And when it hits the water of the realm that we live in, there are reactions. And then there are reactions again on top of those reactions. Over here on the left, this is the source. This is a really, really bad diagram of a dielectric circuit. This dielectric circuit itself, combined with the positive charge above, the negative charge below, it's not going through covered wires. It's creating a sonic vibration all the way in between it. And that sonic vibration is also creating sort of a toroidal thing that gives it magnetism, which causes it to spin, which causes both the diodes to be spinning around and around and around and around. Once the source hits the water that makes up the realm, it starts to become waves. You see light, but these are waves running through the realm. This is what creates everything. And this is also what I think is happening with what we try to call, or we want to call, gravity. This is why when you say that gravity is not electromagnetic, that's fine, but that's also a false dichotomy argument, because you're taking out the fact that everything on Earth has a sonic resonance. Everything on Earth has an absolute sonic resonance. And just when you are playing music and you're playing live, you map out the sonic resonance in the room if you want the room to sound good. That's what a sound engineer is supposed to do. That's why amateur shows sound like shit and professional shows sound good, because professional shows use a fucking sound engineer who understands what's going on and understands how to make it pleasurable and understands the effect that it absolutely 100% has. What you're seeing over here in this video in the lower right-hand corner is you're seeing evidence of those sonic vibrations, those sonic sound waves coming through the realm. You're seeing the same thing here, you're just seeing it at a different spot. It's very simple. It's really not complicated. It's actually really, really not complicated. Now, this light is created when this sonic frequency enters in the water realm. There is an original realm like the Garden of Eden, and then there's an earthly realm in which we live in that are splitting apart and moving apart. And the Bible actually even talks about that, because man fell, man's moving away from God, whatever you want to call it. This part right here, where there's overlap, this is the Vesica Pisces. This is what gives birth into this realm from this realm here. Comes through here because it comes from the source through the first bubble that's created, and then that bubble has created a second bubble in which we live inside of. There is a magnetic fucking thing happening above and below because of the positive and negative charge. The Earth is negatively charged, right? That's because you're down here with these lower level frequencies that are of negative charge. And then there's a positive charge, and the positive charge is going to be going up and above your head higher. Look at this right here in the lower right-hand corner. 2 dipoles, a battery, and a magnet. And it spins. That is not the Earth spinning and then orbiting around the sun. That's inverse 100% backwards. That is all of this, all of the source. That's all of the sonic information that's been created. That's with the magnetism from the positive and negative polar areas that's causing the spin. And the spin is what we see as the sun and moon going around in circles, basically around us. But that comes from the source. It's being radiated into our world from the source. Period. That's why the moon looks translucent. Now, here's my thing about moonlight cooling. Moonlight isn't fucking cooling, and the moon is not a physical thing. You know that the moonlight that you see on the ground is entangled with what you perceive as the moon in the sky. The radiation is going up, and it is creating that view of what we call the moon. And it's sort of like a snapshot or a picture of the Earth, or a mirror reflection of the Earth. None of this stuff is really that complicated. It's actually pretty simple. And you know what? I'm tired. I'm absolutely sick and fucking tired of people, of these assholes trying to tell me that the only way you can go out there and make independent observations and theories is if you go and learn the theories that you're supposed to make. Period. You guys are ridiculous. And you have killed science. You've absolutely murdered and destroyed science. You've absolutely murdered and destroyed discourse, and you ought to be ashamed of yourself.